Now we are going to go back to the home page here. Here is where you'll see any analyses that you decide to pin, which is for your view only. So you could see that I have these two different RCAs that I've created pinned here at the top. Below that, you're able to see any tasks that have been assigned to you, which we will assign out tasks once we start building out our tree here shortly. Below is where you're able to see any published RCAs by anyone within your organization. Again, a published RCA is a successful RCA that you would like to have published in order for your entire organization to be able to look at. You're also able to see any RCAs that you recently viewed, as well as any that may have been edited by the team. So now we will go ahead and create an RCA, which you will see up here at the top with the orange button, Create RCA. I am going to go through the RCA wizard, though we have various templates that you could start with, and you as an organization can upload templates for yourself as well. We have the PROACT methodology, which this is our methodology that we have developed over the years, and we have trained tens of thousands of users on the PROACT methodology. We also have Fishbone and 5 Whys, which we will work with these two methods later on in the training. So what I'm going to do is click on the RCA wizard here. You'll see 3 options that pop up when you choose the wizard. You will see an AI assisted, you will see a wizard, as well as a blank analysis. We will touch on the AI assisted later on in this training. So what I'm going to do is start here with the wizard. You'll see here, you could choose which methodology you would like to use, whether it's our PROACT methodology, the 5 Whys method, or the Fishbone method. If you can't decide which methodology to use, you could take a risk assessment right here. So if you click that plus button, it will bring up the risk assessment. You can see here it's a simple graph, whether the probability of it occurring and the impact of the failure, or whatever the situation or event may be. So for example, if it's only occurred one time and it's very low impact, EasyRCA recommends a 5 Whys analysis. If I increase the probability, you can see it's still at a 5 Whys. Now, if it has a higher probability, though it may still be considered low impact, now you see that we will recommend a Fishbone analysis as well as some information afterwards. So let's just say very high probable, very high impact. These issues are severe. We recommend a full PROACT root cause analysis. So for this example, within the training, we're going to stick with the PROACT methodology. You can also see here, we can use any internal templates we have, though we will be starting from scratch with this example. Once everything is filled out, we will click on Next, Event Information. So here is the information regarding the event that has occurred. So for this example, I will put for the title, pump failure causing unacceptable downtime. I mentioned in an earlier video how you're able to create and manage groups. So if you had a specific group that you wanted to be associated with this RCA, this is how you would do so, though I will keep this blank for this example. Then you have your problem statement where you can describe what happened. This will allow you to go a bit further in depth with the pump failure causing unacceptable downtime, though for this example, I will just copy and paste my title into the problem statement. You can select when the event occurred. You can click on the calendar here to pull up the calendar and choose a date that way, or you're able to type in as well, though we will say that this occurred a few days ago. At the time, we will say this happened at 10:30 a.m. We are starting our analysis today, as well as the expected completion, which I will say it'll take a week to fully complete this RCA. And then we will hit the next button to view the facility and equipment. Just as a reminder, these are drop-down boxes. You're able to type in information, but in order to have this option available, these would be CSV files of all your facilities as well as all of your equipment that would be sent to us, and then we would upload this on your behalf in order to help stay more organized. So for this example, we'll say that this occurred at the California location, and the particular equipment that we will be using is pump 01. Here is where you have custom fields. These are the default custom fields that are included when you first sign into EasyRCA. However, these are free text fields that you're able to add and edit for your organization. So in order to access those custom fields, to be able to edit, add, or remove, you would click your name here in the upper right corner. You would go to settings, and you'll see an option here for custom fields. However, for this example, we will skip adding any custom fields and just go straight into the cost. Here's where you're able to edit or add any particular costs that may have been associated with this event. So we have an injury report, safety impact, environmental impact, customer impact, production schedule costs, property equipment costs, labor time costs, as well as the frequency per year. So for this example, I'll go ahead and put in 5,000 for the production schedule cost. We'll put 2,500 for the production equipment cost. Labor and time, we'll throw in a number there. And we will say that this occurred 3 times so far this year. So you'll see that we have a calculator that'll automatically calculate the annualized financial cost based on the numbers that you enter in here. Next, we will choose our team members who are able to collaborate on this tree. So I'm going to assign this to myself. And then I will assign this to my colleague, John Bartlow, who is also a member of the customer success team here. Anyone that you assign as a team member will be able to access this tree and be able to make edits to the tree in real time. So for example, let's just say I'm actively in the tree and I'm adding to it. John is also able to go in there and make edits to the tree at the same time that I am. So it is not that it's only locked to one team member at a time. Everyone who's assigned as a team member is able to go in and look at the tree, edit it, and make updates in real time. And now we will launch our analysis that'll take us to the tree.